Hello everyone. Hey, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about something that's on my heart and probably everyone's heart in one way or another. Too many of us are still living in the past. Yes, believe it or not, we're still frustrated from something that happened a day ago, a month ago, decades ago. And too many of us in our society are still blaming slavery for the problems today. Now, my grandparents did not own any slaves, and no one that I know of ever did. But of course, it happened. It happened in America. But we can't allow that to affect you today. There's a lot of things, obviously the white man or the Europeans once upon a time took the land from the Indians and killed a lot of innocent people, and that happened in every culture around the world. Sad, but it's our world culture. It is sad. But the whole idea is, what have we learned from that? How do we grow? And why the hell are we getting rid of the Civil War monuments in the United States? That's part of our history. Slavery is part of our history. All these crazy things, even the terrorist bombings today, are part of our history. 9/11, unfortunately, is a big part of that. We cannot forget what happened. We can try to forgive and forget. I mean, that's the right thing to do. Almost impossible if it's your loved one or family member that got hurt, and I totally can understand that. But we need to move forward. If someone gets hurt today or maims themselves, a terrorist attack, or even a racial slur. And yes, it still happens today, and it's wrong. It really is wrong. It does not need to be tolerated. But are you going to let that continually affect you in your performance and blame everyone else if things are not going your way? The problem with our government is sometimes we overdo trying to apologize. I'm not going to name anything, but like, for instance, a lot of our Indians on the reservations are doing really well with the casinos. And a lot of our minorities had special programs put in place to help with their education and job placement. And I understand, and maybe that was the right thing to do. But today we're letting in Muslims. I hate to say it, there's Muslims been around forever and ever, and that's okay. But their Quran basically says, get rid of the infidels. Kill the Westerners, civilization. They either follow Muhammad or they get beheaded. It's right there. I could be paraphrasing, but it's right there, and that's what most of them believe. So if you're going to another state, another country, another county, don't bring your crap with you. The reason we usually go to a different country, a different state, a different county is because we don't like where we're living now. And we're looking for a better life. But if you bring all that crap with you, then it's going to be the same life. Especially those of us that live in California. We got so much horrible liberal views. And not saying everyone's horrible. That's not fair. That's generalizing. But if you're going to bring that crap with you when you move to Texas or Arizona or Michigan, you're just going to ruin those states. Leave your ideals back in California. Leave your ideals back in the Middle East. Leave your ideals back in Asia or Mexico or wherever else. If you're going to come to America, you need to be part of the American culture. And sure, we're a melting pot for everyone. But don't come here and try to change us. I remember growing up in Ohio. And it's popular in a lot of big cities. You had Chinatown, you had your Mexican town, Filipino town, a lot of different towns, Italians. And you love to go to those different places to get the authentic food, a little bit of the culture. Everyone got along. Why today I can't say Dago? Are you kidding me? That's not terrible. But you call me Whitey. That's not terrible. Please stop being so sensitive. The only time we need to be careful about sexism, sure, and racism, and we need to minimize racial slurs and things like that. But if I'm, among a lot of guys or gentlemen, and we're just kind of joking back and forth, and some of it might be sexual in nature, and if a woman approaches us and doesn't like it, she needs to walk away. And vice versa for a bunch of women, and the men don't like it, they need to walk away. Or at least us men or women can try to tone it down when someone from the opposite sex is nearby or a different culture. And that's understandable. And when someone says, hey, please knock it off, you need to try and knock it off, that's understandable. But in most cases, guys are going to be guys, women are going to be women, and we're going to be who we are. We're not trying to put down others. We all joking and kidding with one another. Just like I'm in the Air Force. I'm always making fun of the Marines or the Army, Navy. That's just what we do. We can't take that seriously. It's a way to vent in some cases. It's the way show our frustration with the way the world is. Just like rivalry football teams. I'll always be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, even though I'm from Ohio, but I live close to Pennsylvania as I do Cleveland. So it's all good, and we need to have that rivalry, that friendly competition. And if we're going to say you're a bum or a brown nose or whatever, so what? Don't take that stuff seriously. Come on, there's more important things to worry about, like paying your bills tomorrow. And if you don't like our president or your mayor, your governor, or your school superintendent, okay, that's fair. Pray for them anyways. They are our leaders, at least for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. We need to pray they make the right decisions and lead us into a better life, a better world. And instead of being part of the problem, be a part of the solution. Prayer's a good start. But offering your help, say, hey, hello, Mr. Mayor or Madam Mayor, is there something I can do to make it better for you in our town? We heard JFK say it back in, many decades ago. Don't ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Ask what you can do for your country. Don't badmouth our leaders. And even Kim Jong-il, who, him and President Trump, they came up with an agreement to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. And sure, that's a great thing, especially even looking for the military remains back decades ago. Those are great things. Now, whether they're shaking hands or smiling in the public, both presidents don't trust each other 100%. And that's okay. But you do what you have to do to get the paperwork done and get the job done. We do not need to be bad-mouthing our president or even the North Korean president at this time, because we're trying to collaborate so everyone's happier and more peaceful and, more importantly, safe in the near future. Sure, a lot of us have military or family members that died in the Korean War, the Vietnam War, World War I, World War II, and now the Gulf War and so many other conflicts we had around the world. And sure, we can be bitter. And a lot of us do have a chip on our shoulder and are bitter. And I am too, in some aspects. And I get mad when someone cuts me off on the road, or I get mad if someone got the promotion and I didn't get it. And I get mad about, different things, making money and so forth and so on. Even get mad in Toastmasters, where someone getting their educational levels or reaching higher achievements than I am. But we can't let those things dictate what we're going to do in the future. We cannot let those ideas and those bad things that happen in our culture mess up our future. I mean, come on. Hopefully most of us will have children one day, if we don't already do it, and grandkids. And if we're going to live bitter, sad lives and be depressed and angry all the time because of something that happened a long time ago, what are we showing our children? Our future, as they say. What are we showing them? That they can continuously protest stupidity? That they can walk around, with their pants hanging around their ankles? That pisses me off. Outside your ass? That's horrible. Besides not being sanitary when you walk into a restaurant and you just plain look stupid. Hey, I'm letting it out. That's how I feel. But I'm not going to let that ruin my day. I'm not going to let that ruin my future or any opportunities that come my way. I'm going to go out there and look for ways to make more money, make a better life for myself, and travel and vacation as much as I can. Sure, a lot of us have taken on jobs or went to school or maybe started different businesses that didn't quite work out. Maybe we had a coworker we could not get along with, or we're taking classes and the teacher was hard on us. Whatever those reasons are, we frustrated and get quit. Are we going to keep quitting every time we get mad or frustrated with someone? Or are we going to pivot, make a change, make a difference, and just kind of brush it off your shoulder? Come on, just brush it off. Because you and I are better than that, aren't we? Are we going to continue to let a bad egg, maybe a policeman, or a bad egg, a white, black, Asian, ruin it for everyone else? It's kind of stupid. We have bad cops, sure we do. But the majority of them are good and trying to do the right thing. And yeah, it's scary. If someone comes up to you, someone will spit on you, I'm going to bite you, I have a bomb in my pocket, a grenade, I have a knife, whether it's true or not. If a cop says, put your hands in the air, and you want to argue with them, and the cop's going to do any means he can to take you down. I don't care if you're just drunk and disorderly. Just obey the law, officials. You can fight it off in court later on. But you'll save yourself a lot of agony by just saying, yes, officer, I'll see you in court, but I'm signing here and I'm going to do what you tell me to do. Because if you're moving around, the officer tells you to stop, it also is going to take 2 or 3 or 4 of them to stop you. One can't. For one thing, he needs a witness. Rarely a cop can stop you for anything or arrest you without a witness these days. They cannot effectively do their jobs in most cases. And we're complaining how bad our cops are. Now we see there are bad people. We do have bad politicians, we do have bad cops, we do have bad school teachers. Sure we do. And a lot of our schools right now, especially I'd say in California, are teaching crap. Are teaching bullshit to our students. Teaching, I don't want to go into details right now because I'm going to go off on a tangent. It'd be really crazy. But a marriage is between a man and a wife, and that's how you bring up kids. When you become an adult, and if you live the gay lifestyle, the homosexual lifestyle, that's fine. That's when you're an adult. But don't teach your kids that in school. Let them make their own decisions later on in life. Let them see the good and the bad in everyone. But don't just tell everyone that they can all think and do what they want to do and it's okay. Come on, have some real pride. Want to bring up your little boy to be a man and your little girl to be a woman? Teach them to be a man and a woman. Respectful of the opposite sex. Respectful. And don't entitle your children, they think they deserve everything. That's a bunch of crap. And that also leads into problems that we have today in our society. So anyways, please limit all of that and keep it simple. And whatever you do, don't relive the past. We have too much to live for and a great future ahead of us. Don't be stupid. Do what you need to do right and don't let anything else hold you back, especially people. Well, this has been The Office with Joseph Skoda. You have a great day and brush it off. Just brush it off. Thank you.